Right. So, without further ado, let me talk about the third episode of Sister Bond, right? Which is entitled "What's Going On." And yeah, I mean, the title is pretty much self-explanatory because, yeah, in a nutshell, we just really get a gist of what's going on, right? So, if you haven't been following up on the show thus far, it centers on, a private investigator by the name of Keisha and her sister Giselle, right? And they're roped into this simple mission, basically just transport a guy with which is Keith, if you remember him from the Visa Club miniseries, just basically get him from point A to point B, right? But in the process, which we saw in detail actually in the second episode, this random dude, this random thug just came in the way, and basically it was just basically about dropping off, or I should say meeting the guy and acquiring this particular item, right? Which is this mechanical device, but you learn it has alien origins to it, right? So one thing leads to the next now, and now we're back now with these three characters. That
Right.
will be Keisha, Giselle, and Keith. So they're back at I believe at Keisha's house. And they all like stunned because well, with the exception of Keith, because if you remember from the second episode, he was the one who actually like opened that box, just thinking like Pandora's box, and just seeing like this map basically, right, of the
Right.
world. So yeah, Keisha and Giselle, of course, they all like stunned. They're like, what the hell going on? And then, well, Keisha actually learns that there was something kind of off, what I mean, from the get go in terms of this mission that they had to do, right? And long story short, we kind of learn, and this is actually through some exposition from a brand new character who shows up. Yeah, what is the origin of this device? We learn that it has to do with the stuff that took place prior to Visa Claw, and there's like a nice little cameo. Just a simple little cameo. Character doesn't really say anything, but it's just there for you to be like, oh, more or less kind of connecting the dots. And it ends with the threat of something coming, right? So yeah, that essentially is what this episode is about, right? So I would say in terms of how the story has been going so far, this is pretty satisfying and promising. Satisfying in the sense that yes, we finally get to understand what this device is about, and also how it ties in to what we saw before in Vesicle, right? Because early on, with the past two episodes, sorry, it was just Keith. Keith was the only figure to connect these two shows together, right? But now it kind of expands even more, so now we really understanding how big of a deal this whole device is, and what it could mean in terms of Earth, right? That's all I'll say without spoiling anything, right? And I actually dug this stinger, right? Which closes off this episode here. But the thing I want to bring up here now is that it says that it's going to be, well, the series itself is to be concluded, right?
Right.
So I'm just there like, all right, just hoping that we get this final episode very soon, because yeah, I won't lie, it have your boy pretty excited. Like I want to see what's going to happen next, right? I do hope that it does not get, well, I mean, I understand that it's part of this, the Vil Ventures universe, so you could expect a cameo or two, like what we got here before with what we got with this episode here, right? But I hope that it's not too cameo heavy to the point that our lead characters are just kind of pushed to the sidelines before all this sci-fi chicanery take place, right? Because one thing I was really digging about the show thus far, that it sort of strayed away from the sci-fi stuff, and the only kind
Right.
of sci-fi thing really that we got over the past couple episodes was that device, right? But here with this third episode, it's like it just kind of opens the floodgates now. So now we're really going to bring in sci-fi into what is primarily this, comedy slash crime show, right? So I'm really curious to see how both genres, or how all three genres are gonna like connect in this final episode here, right? Because yeah, you're gonna get the sci-fi stuff, and of course because it's Vil Ventures, there's gonna be some sort of action involved, right? But I want to see the comedy coming. I want to be assured that that chemistry between the actors who play Keisha and Giselle is still there, right? Even when
Right.
literally shit hits the fan. I want to see that, right? Um And speaking of that too, their chemistry is still on point here. Keith is still that goofball that we kind of know and love by now. But where this episode stops off with him though, um, I get the joke. That's all I'll say. I get the joke, but I do hope that in this final episode there's going to be more to him than just, oh, he's just the guy that we laugh at because he's goofy and silly. You know what I mean? I want that, at the end of the day, that he is integral to everything that's going on, because yeah, he's the one who acquired the device. He's the one, if you remember from the events of Visa Claw, he actually was transported into space and came back, right? So I hope that he's just not going to be there as this, this side character to laugh at, right? But yeah, I'm expecting him to have a big role in this final episode, right?
Right.
And same thing goes with our leads themselves, right? I want that. Like, I'm not expecting them to have like a huge role going forward, right? But this is their show, so I hope that with all the stuff that we could expect in the next episode, they're not going to be sidelined out of their own show, right? That's pretty much what I've seen here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, for what it's worth, this again, just clarifying certain things, that was left a mystery in the past two episodes. I really appreciate the show for that. Acting is still on point, direction, cinematography, music. Well, I never really brought up the music here. It's more on the EDM side of things. It's an acquired taste, in my opinion, though, but it fits with the kind of fun, upbeat vibe of the show itself, right? So, it is what it is, right? But yeah, it's still just hammer excited for the final episode. And I just hope, just in closing, that yeah, this is not the last that we see of this the sister bond, right? Because yeah, I'm really liking these characters, and I'm just really excited to see how they're gonna fit even more in this Vil Ventures universe, right? So yeah, it's available right now on the GT Network TV website, so you can check out this episode and the previous two. And yeah, I mean, just keeping my fingers crossed that we get this fourth episode very soon, man.